Looking for the best motherboard for the Ryzen 9 9950X? The Ryzen 9 9950X is the peak of what AMD offers in the CPUs department today. This processor features 16 cores, 32 threads, and a boost clock of 5.7 GHz. Such a beastly CPU needs a good motherboard to extract its full potential, and in this video, I'll help you find the right one for you. I've done an extensive review of the top 3 motherboards for the Ryzen 9 9950X and rated them according to VRM Design, aesthetics, features, and value for money. Price information and all motherboards mentioned in the video are available in the description. So let's get started. Number 3. MSI B650 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi Gaming Motherboard. Best budget motherboard for the Ryzen 9 9950X. The MSI B650 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi is a great option for a value build with the Ryzen 9 9950X, offering a low retail price point compared to its competitors without compromising on any of the essentials that you'd need to build a solid PC. This motherboard offers adequate VRMs, along with excellent connectivity options, and comes with the new Wi-Fi 6E built in for a cherry on top. Looking into the design and aesthetics, you're not going to find any RGB on the motherboard. For this price range, frankly, that shouldn't be your main concern either. On the VRM heatsink, you'll find the typical MSI branding with black and white dots and lines, and it follows the black and grayish theme throughout the board to further complement the overall look. For a budget motherboard, it certainly does a great job at maintaining a decent aesthetic and highlighting different features of the board in relevant places. The board also uses a silver steel armor PCIe slot, which not only reinforces the slot, but also further continues the established theme of the board, followed by the chipset heatsink in the same aesthetic. All of this establishes a design harmony when looking at the board, which is certainly appreciable at a budget price point. Coming to the power delivery, it uses a 15-phase VRM setup, 12 plus 2 plus 1, which is cooled by 2 heatsinks. These heatsinks use aluminum along with a fin design on the sides and are relatively thick. You also get high-quality thermal pads and choke pads that ensure the performance remains stable while your cores are running at high speed. This allows them to manage the VRM thermals quite effectively, providing acceptable temperature levels of around 82 degrees Celsius in Cinebench benchmark tests. With a solid power delivery for your components, you're looking at potential overhead, even for overclocking. It also provides 2 8-pin power connectors for the CPU. Needless to say, the power delivery will not be your bottleneck when it comes to performance. Speaking of performance, the board features 4 DDR5 memory slots with support for speeds up to 7,200 MHz and a maximum capacity of 256 GB. Along with that, you're looking at 2 PCIe Gen 4 x 16 slots for your graphics card. There's no support for PCIe Gen 5, both in storage and x 16 slots, so that's something to consider if you really are looking to future-proof your build. For storage, you're getting 2 M2 Gen 4 slots with a dedicated heatsink and thermal pad for one of the slots that MSI is naming Shield Frozer. You also get an easy M2 clip that removes the need for a screw, making it even easier to install SSDs. This is a neat little addition to the features and is not a common sight in this range. In terms of connectivity, you get 7 USB ports on the rear I/O. The great thing is, all of these ports are USB 3.0, so you don't have to worry about using an inferior port mistakenly. On the back panel, there's also an HDMI and DisplayPort for integrated graphics, along with a 2.5 gig Realtek Ethernet port and Wi-Fi connectors for built-in AMD Wi-Fi 6E support. All of this is great, however, the I/O shield doesn't come pre-installed. You'll need to install it manually before installing the motherboard. Compared to its competitors, like the ASRock B650 Steel Legend Wi-Fi or the Asus TUF Gaming B650E Wi-Fi, the MSI board provides a better value for money without missing any important features. Plus, you get better connectivity options compared to the Asus equivalent, along with a slightly better VRM setup. All in all, the MSI B650 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi is a great option for a new gen value setup that offers all of the connectivity options you'll ever need, along with a decent VRM setup that ensures the motherboard performs under high loads. Ratings: VRM Design, 8 out of 10. Connectivity, 9 out of 10. Aesthetics, 8 out of 10. Features, 8 out of 10. Value for money, 8.5 out of 10, for an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10. Before moving on to the next motherboard, it would really help us continue making more videos if you support us by just hitting the like button and subscribe, or even with a comment so that we know if you like it or if there's something we can do to improve next time. I promise it costs nothing, just a few seconds. Number 2. Asus ROG Strix X870E-E Gaming Wi-Fi. Best premium motherboard for the Ryzen 9 9950X. While there's no shortage of excellent motherboards available for the 9950X and the AM5 platform, the X870E chipset is the pinnacle of the latest Ryzen 9000 CPU generation. With more PCIe 5.0 lanes than any other chipset, and support for USB 4.0, X870E is the way to go for a CPU like the 9950X. If you truly want to do justice to your high-end CPU, then I wholeheartedly recommend the Asus ROG Strix X870E-E Gaming Wi-Fi. It's the best premium motherboard for the 9950X, as it has everything a power user and hardware enthusiast could want out of their system. Design-wise, it's a beefy-looking motherboard that rivals the appearance of the gargantuan E80X motherboards we've seen in the past. The Strix X870E-E looks noticeably better than its predecessor, thanks to the lower number of sharp edges. On top of that, the VRM cooling and heatsinks slope downwards to give it a more uniform appearance. Since we're talking about its predecessor, the X870E-E is an upgrade over the X670E version in every way. It has a more robust VRM setup, dedicated support for extra PCIe 5.0 lanes, and an extra M2 slot. Coming back to the design, I really appreciate the enthusiast-grade additions here. This board features clear CMOS and BIOS flashback buttons, a 2-digit display that shows error codes, and a convenient start button that removes the need to manually jump pins during testing. You'll be right to expect all these high-end features on a board of this caliber, and I'm glad that Asus did not skimp out here. The clever design additions don't end there. The Q release button on the PCIe slots unlocks the security latch with the press of a button, and the Q latches for the M2 drives consist of a simple locking mechanism, meaning you don't need to deal with those fiddly screws when installing M2 drives. Speaking of which, I respect the fact that you can install 5 M2 slots on this board and run 3 of them at full PCIe 5.0 speeds. Even after eating up all those lanes, you'll still have some left for your PCIe 5.0 graphics card when paired with a high-end processor like the 9950X. As you can guess, I was not surprised with the performance of this motherboard either. It theoretically supports up to 8,000 megatransfers per second speeds, with overclocking, for DDR5 RAM kits. Given that the sweet spot for AM5 CPUs is 6,400 megatransfers per second, this is more than enough. However, I was surprised by the longer memory training times during boot. If you're unfamiliar, memory training is the motherboard's process of configuring RAM to run at optimal settings, ensuring stability and compatibility. While this usually happens only on the first boot or after major changes, it can delay startup if prolonged. This won't be a problem in everyday use, but it's still surprising to see on such an otherwise high-performance motherboard. Fortunately, the VRM design and power delivery system bring us back to the positive. I can't overstate how impressive the 22-stage power delivery configuration is. It can truly handle any CPU on the market. Overclocking won't be a problem either, as long as you install a good CPU cooler. As for connectivity, Asus has kitted the rear of this port with 13 USB ports, 2 of them being USB 4. You also get access to Realtek 5GB Ethernet, Wi-Fi 7, and Bluetooth 5.4. You'll also find the clear CMOS and BIOS flashback buttons around the rear. In terms of competition, you could go with something like a Gigabyte X870E Aorus Elite Wi-Fi to save some money. With Gigabyte, you get 4 M2 slots instead of the 5 on the ROG Strix, and a less comprehensive VRM configuration. If you only care about gaming, the Aorus Elite will be more than enough. However, if you care about overclocking, Asus's excellent Aura Sync RGB implementation and the extra PCIe lanes, I'm more likely to recommend the ROG Strix X870E. It's a pricey board, but it has all the features that an enthusiast could want. In conclusion, this motherboard won't be for everyone because of the price. Despite that, it's excellent in every regard. If you're building a high-end motherboard and are willing to pay the ROG tax, you're getting a lot of bells and whistles here that you won't find elsewhere. Ratings: Design, 9 out of 10. Features, 9 out of 10. Connectivity, 9 out of 10. Power delivery, 9.5 out of 10. Value, 7 out of 10. For an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10. Number 1. Gigabyte X870 Gaming X, our top choice. If you're looking for an X870 motherboard that offers high-end performance without the premium price of the X870E chipset, the Gigabyte X870 Gaming X is an excellent option. This board features the X870 chipset, which keeps PCIe 5.0 for the primary slots, but trades a few additional PCIe lanes for a more budget-friendly setup, making it a more practical choice for most users. Compared to its predecessor, the X670 Gaming X, the X870 Gaming X features upgraded VRMs with a 16+2+2 power phase design versus the older model's 14+2+1. This means better power stability, especially important for supporting a high-end CPU like the 9950X's core count under heavier loads. The VRM heatsinks have also been expanded, with larger finned aluminum heatsinks providing improved passive cooling over the X670. Design-wise, Gigabyte maintains a subtle brushed aluminum finish with minimum RGB around the rear I/O cover and the heatsink. This overall design choice strikes a nice balance between aesthetics and function. It's nothing particularly flashy, but I appreciate the industrial look and the intuitive PCIe quick-release latches. You also get toolless M2 SSD installation, thanks to Gigabyte's easy latch design. While it's a cheaper board than the high-end X870E alternatives out there, it doesn't skimp out on performance. The DDR5 RAM support is rated at 8,200 megatransfers per second, which is more than enough for almost any RAM kit out there. You also get 4 M2 slots, 2 of which are PCIe 5.0 ready. That's more than enough for most setups, and it leaves room for those looking to expand storage with high-speed drives. However, it does lack a bit in the BIOS department compared to some higher-end boards. It's slow and difficult to navigate, so troubleshooting things can sometimes be a problem. On top of that, the physical debug LED on the board is in a poor position that can easily be hidden by cables. That's a minor complaint considering the price, as the rest of the board is fantastic. The robust VRM setup is another positive point. It's not as overbuilt as some of the more expensive X870E boards, but will still comfortably support a CPU like the 9950X, even with mild overclocking. Plus, the VRM cooling solution is excellent, with chunky heatsinks ensuring stable performance under load. On the connectivity front, you get access to 10 USB ports, and 2 of them are Type-C USB 4 ports. You also get Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and 2.5 GB Ethernet. Around the back, you also get a BIOS flashback button and 2 Wi-Fi antenna connectors to boost signal strength. The ASRock X870 Pro RS is the closest competitor, and it's a tight battle between the two. To some, the ASRock board might look a bit better, but it has a slightly weaker VRM setup. Feature-wise, they're nearly identical, so personally I prefer the Gigabyte X870 Gaming X, as it manages to be slightly cheaper without skimping out on the experience. All in all, the Gigabyte X870 Gaming X is the best value motherboard you can buy if you're looking to get into the AM5 platform with a Ryzen 9000 series CPU. It has a robust VRM setup, user-friendly features like the BIOS flashback button, and a clean industrial design. While the BIOS is a bit clunky, it doesn't take away from the excellence of this motherboard at all. Ratings. Design, 8 out of 10. Features, 8.5 out of 10. Connectivity, 9 out of 10. Power delivery, 9 out of 10. Value, 9 out of 10. For an overall rating of 8.5 out of 10. So, what do you think? Which of these is the best motherboard for you? If you're serious about maximizing your PC building experience, there's so much more to explore. Check out more of my videos packed with suggestions and reviews to help you stay ahead in your PC building.